Tomorrow may be the most explosive day yet in Amanda Knox's bid to overturn her murder conviction. The American insists she did not kill her British roommate, and now another man found guilty for the brutal crime is about to testify. NBC's Keir Simmons has more.
Fighting to prove her innocence, Amanda Knox faces her most important day tomorrow. Her freedom now hangs on the words of Rudy Guede, who is already serving a 16-year sentence for the same murder. For the first time on Monday, he will likely be asked to answer questions during her appeal hearing. Amanda was convicted of the murder of 21-year-old Meredith Kircher at their student house in Perugia. It was claimed the stabbing happened during a sex game that went wrong. But now forensic evidence is said to show that Amanda's DNA was not on the murder weapon, contrary to the allegations made during the original trial. And a series of witnesses have given evidence suggesting she could not be responsible, including, crucially, a child murderer, Mario Alessi, who says he knows that neither Amanda nor her ex-boyfriend, Rafael Solicito, could have carried out the killing. He says whilst in prison, Rudy Guede told him that an unidentified friend was responsible. The question now, will Guede confirm that story? But he may choose not to testify at all tomorrow. Her family in court throughout insisting their daughter should not have been jailed.
Finally, people are starting to see the truth of the matter, and they're actually going out there trying to help her.
During her appeal, Amanda has been looking relaxed, if exhausted by the strain of facing 26 years in prison. But tomorrow, she may take another step toward freedom or face a new setback as the court prepares to hear from a vital witness in her case. For today, Keir Simmons, NBC News, London.
So will the testimony of a convicted killer help or hurt Knox's chances for freedom? Paul Callan is a criminal defense attorney. Paul joins us this morning. Thank you for being with us. So this is a pretty big deal for Amanda's team. Here's the guy who basically said Amanda and her boyfriend did it. Now he's being called back to court. So if you're Amanda's attorney, how do you get Rudy Guede to turn around his testimony from earlier and say Amanda wasn't involved? And is that even a possibility?
Well, this is a big, big moment in the trial, because remember, only one person has admitted to having been involved in this killing, and it's this guy, Guede, who originally got a 30-year sentence, and then they reduced it to 16 years in Italy in some bizarre procedure because he went for a fast-track trial. So all of a sudden, boom, he goes from 30 years to 16 years under some odd Italian procedure. But this is a big moment for the Amanda Knox defense team, because if they could get him to admit on the stand that he actually not only committed the murder, but Amanda was not involved, slam dunk, case over. Amanda would be out. But I don't think that's going to happen.
So now he is coming back to court, but he's not obligated to testify, right? You mentioned this some weird Italian law. He doesn't have to testify. He doesn't want. Is it kind of like pleading the fifth here in this country?
It's very, very similar. As a matter of fact, a lot of aspects of Italian law arise out of American constitutional law. When after World War II they changed their system a bit. You can remain silent. You don't have to testify in Italy. And in fact, when he was called in the first trial, he said he was angry at the prosecutor and he refused to testify. So I'm wondering what's going to happen on Monday when he's called again. Now, his lawyer has said he's willing to testify. He's going to testify. And the question is, will he tell the whole story, or is he going to say in the middle of his testimony, I'm leaving?
Well, now, here's the other part of the story, is that because he was convicted and he was in jail, a few of his cellmates from prison have now come forward and testified that he told them Amanda and her boyfriend were not involved. Does this now become a case of he said, he said?
Well, it does, because last week 5 witnesses were produced from the jail. And all 5 said that they had had conversations with Guede in prison. And in those conversations, he said Amanda Knox was not involved in the homicide at all. Now, a lot of the testimony was shaky. One came from the murderer of a 2-year-old boy, and others had lengthy records, and they're trying to trade for light sentences. So who knows how that will play out. The one thing that you have to remember is Guede has always said he was in the bathroom when the murder took place. He didn't actually see who committed the murder. That was his original story.
All right, so we'll have to wait and see next week. Paul Callan, thank you so much.